Hey guys, Uncommon Ramen here with another TCG Tuesday. It is that time again with a new set from Magic. We're looking at Innistrad Crimson Vow. This will be the soonest that they've ever released a set since the release of a previous set. I don't know if that's something that they're planning on doing for the rest of whatever their plans are for the future, or if this is just a one-off type of thing. But anyway, we have Innistrad Crimson Vow. We have a draft booster box. I was actually going to pick up set booster despite the fact that Midnight Hunt's draft experience was so bad. Just because the set cards have the potential of being alright. But they didn't have any where I usually pick up my cards, so we're going to do draft instead, which, doesn't disappoint me. It is what it is. We also got our buy a box promo, which is the Castle Dracula or the Volduran Estate alternative full art. Very cool looking. I don't know how viable this is in Standard, but it's definitely something that could be played outside of Standard, especially in Commander. So very cool. I was informed that there is going to be a box topper in here, so that should be interesting. So we'll take a look at that. And without further ado, we're just gonna jump in. So we should find in this one, oh yes, there's our box topper right there. So we should find in this one Kaya, Chandra, and Sorin as our Planeswalker possibilities here. No guarantees, but, those are the big Planeswalkers. I didn't actually look at prices this time around, so whatever we get is what we get. There's a chance at Edgar, not the Commander Edgar, the standard legal Edgar. Oh, look at that. Some art of our lovely new queen on our box topper thing. I don't know how I'm going to open this without ruining the cards, so let's just try and figure out if we just open the pack without bending the card. Oh, it's coming off. Okay. I wasn't expecting them to glue it to a board, which is just really poor designing. But we're going to save this box topper for last anyway, right? Otherwise, why watch the video, right? All right, let's jump in. So there's 36 packs here. Draft. It's a draft box. It's pretty standard. I know typically I do sets. Like I said, they didn't have any set boosters available. And the Midnight Hunt experience was just really awful, so I'm not really expecting anything different from this set. All right, let's see. So we're looking at the back card. It looks like the back card. We're not going to go too heavily into the commons and uncommons here. If you've seen these spoilers, you don't really need to look in here. We are getting some alternative borders here for Skulking Killer. Not my favorite design on the alternative border, but still pretty neat. Wandering Mind and Panicked Bystander. And our rare here is Lantern Flare. This cleave ability is interesting, but, well, what do I know? It's interesting. Behind that, we got our planes, following suit in the Midnight Hunt standard with the black and white sketched art. Really beautiful looking art. Definitely very cool about that. Token and a... Are they just standard putting these in there now? Cool. I wonder what the Panicked Bystander looks like. Cackling Culprit. All right. Crimson Vow. So this is where Edgar Markov gets married to... What's her face? I can't remember her name, but she's quite the prolific vampire herself. Markov Waltzer. It's interesting because Markov is revered despite not being a planeswalker, and Sorin being a planeswalker, you would think would be just downright more powerful. I mean, to the point of godlike, but maybe he just respects his dad so much that he's not gonna question his decisions. And our rare for this one is Consuming Tide. And our mountain, Wolf Token. It's the same Wolf Token from Midnight Hunt, so very interesting. Save some money, I guess, on token art. What is the behind of this one? Dormant Grove turns into Gnarled Grove Strider. Got it. Like I said, I don't know a lot about this set. I was kind of busy throughout the course of the weeks that this was getting spoiled. And while I did see the cards and everything, I wasn't really keeping up with what was going to be big versus, you know, what's kind of eh. Got the Honeymoon Hearse, Radiant Grace, and then our rare for this is Welcoming Vampire. Very nice. So I'm not 100% sure what cards I'm going to be pulling in here. I'm not really sure if I got any good cards. Mostly we'll go into that on our set booster experience. See if we get anything decent there. Despite the fact that the set booster experience for Midnight Hunt was, in my opinion, lacking, the set itself was pretty solid. I enjoyed a lot of the cards in it, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. Got the Markov Purifier, some Retrieve, Distracting Geist, and our rare here, Savior of Olenbach. Training. This guy I thought was going to make it into White Weenie, but there was another guy with training that made it instead. Unless I was looking at an alternative art. White Weenie, as I had predicted, is definitely going up in, I guess, play value. Lots of people are playing it right now. So I'm definitely down for that. Savior of Olenbach. Our rare is an Ulvenwald Oddity. No, I'm sorry, our foil slot, which is a rare, is an Ulvenwald Oddity. Trample Haste for 4, and you can transform him into the Ulvenwald Behemoth. Interesting. Very cool. So we pulled 2 in that set. That booster. What is that? Oh, that's funny. So, I mean, all in all, still doing better in this opening than we did with either set boosters in Midnight Hunt. But like I said, it is what it is. Magic the Gathering, or I guess I should say Wizards of the Coast, is feeling out their territory with tons of people giving them feedback on both sides. People on the greedier side saying that there's too much value in products, and then people like me who are like, you know, if you want to sell your product, you probably should put value in it. That's just my thought process. We got Concealing Curtains. And then on the back end, I'm just going to pull that off camera real quick. We have the Revealing Eye. A Plains, which is just, I mean, downright beautiful art. I love the black and white concept on this. So nice. Too bad they didn't do any Snowlands like that. Spirit Token, and this, I think they're just doing this in every pack, which is great because it makes it easier to come by. That means I've got 36 of those. Alright. Commons and uncommons. Okay, we got Screaming Swarm. Markov Retribution. Ballista Watcher. And our rare is Cemetery Protector. Another really cool mythic white card. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, if it shares a card type with the exiled card, create a 1/1. It's interesting. I don't know if this one's getting played, but very interesting. I know the new Thraben or whatever her name is getting played. But that's because she's just downright good. Right. Okay. Archghoul of Thraben. I guess Thraben's not her name. I guess she's just a protector of Thraben. Soul Cipher board followed by Anye, the Maid of Dishonor. So the only time that I actually remember seeing Anye, and I didn't play during the original 2 Innistrad blocks, so I don't know if she was in there, was in the Black-Red Vampire Commander deck that came out, I want to say in 2018, 2019. And I didn't know if she was like a continuity or if she was just kind of new character. But it's interesting to see her here and see that they're like keeping the characters around. So I'm super happy about that. Maid of Dishonor. We got a Swamp. Blood Vial. And one of these guys. Oops, sorry, I was running right past all these uncommons. Sawblade Slinger, Lantern Lost, or Lantern of the Lost, and Child of the Pack, and something with alternative art right back there. Got Olivia's Attendants. Oh, it was Olivia that he's marrying. Olivia. Olivia's Attendants in an alternate border. Very nice. And we got an island, followed by a foil, Brine Comer. The art for the last couple of sets has just been beautiful. I mean, honestly, it's been super, super good. I mean, if you compare what it looked like when Magic had first launched. I mean, I started in, I want to say like 94. And I liked the art back then, but they really stepped up their game. All right. Frenzied Devils. Hero's Downfall. Was this not totally a rare card from the first Theros set? I swear this was red. I mean, rare. Interesting how the mighty have fallen, I guess. We have Stenzia Uprising. Stenzia Uprising. Very nice. Forest, Insect, and one of these guys. I'm really excited for the direction that Mono Green is going. I'm especially excited that we're seeing a lot of really helpful cards to create Mono White. Very, very much excited for, Gruul Werewolves. Got ourselves an Oakshade Stalker, followed by Dig Up, which is our rare. Search your library for a basic land, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle. For 1, 2 black and a green, you can tutor, basically. It's kind of an expensive tutor, but I mean, it doesn't have to. I mean, turn 1, it could be ramp and then turn into a tutor. So that's actually pretty versatile. That's a good card. Not bad. All right. We got a Plains. Our foil is a Runehound. And our day and night tracker. So the box toppers for this are Dracula themed, which is pretty cool. I believe Soren himself is Dracula, which would make sense. Like I said, I still feel like regardless of Soren's dad being, you know, Papa Soren or Papa Markov. We got Dorothy, Vengeful Victim. It doesn't change the fact that Soren is a planeswalker. What does Vengeful Victim turn into? Boom! Dorothy's Retribution. Very nice. All right, we got ourselves an island, a Zambi, and one of those. Pull these little. Okay, we got Undead Butler, Witness the Future, and Innocent Traveler, followed by Gronlock the Omnivore. So another Gitrog. Just kidding, it's not Gitrog, but definitely looks like it. Very cool. I think people were talking about how it's like a mini version, which is what it is. I don't know, trash. Whatever frog you control. So you could make a frog deck. Maybe I should turn around and make a commander frog deck. Are there any good frogs out there? Especially in blue-green? I'm sure there is. Could have a lot of fun with that. Alright, we got Parasitic Grasp, followed by Packsong Pup, Brian Comer, and our rare is Glorious Sunrise. Enchantment. It's not bad. It's a little expensive. Forest. Foil slot, we got Vampire's Kiss. Spirit Token. Let's dig through this real quick here. Okay, we got Markov Retribution. Boarded Window. Bloodsworn Squire. And then we have Chandra, Dressed to Kill. Okay. So, you know, it's not Markov, but it's definitely very cool. The art on this is phenomenal. I still don't know the story behind this, so I'm not really sure why Chandra is there. But then again, so is Kaya. And that made no sense to me. But then, no, see, they're not that close together. I'm not really sure why Chandra is here. Very interesting. Very happy about this pull, though. Very cool art. Got ourselves an island, followed by a day counter, and this card. So we did pull our Chandra. The Kaya art looks incredible, too, honestly. Like I said, I did go through the spoilers. I just didn't spend a lot of time reading too much into the cards and figuring out what I thought was going to. Although there are some red and blue, both red, blue, Is It, and other red cards. So we got Halana and Elena partners that look incredible for Is It Dragons or even Is It turns. This guy's got First Strike and Reach. Probably commander material. Very cool looking. Moving on, we got our mountain, followed by a boar and this guy. Yeah, I think that they've given a lot of love to Is It. And if Is It doesn't start seeing a lot of attention in lieu of things like mono green and mono white, I'd be really surprised because there's just some really good cards in there. So our rare is Demonic Bargain. This is one that I actually did want to pull. I don't know how I feel about it. So you exile top 13 cards of your library, then shuffle or then search your library for a card and put that card into your hand, then shuffle. So the one thing that I'm not sure about here, first off, is that it costs 3. Most tutors are in the 1 to 2 range, not including Diabolic Tutor, which is a 4 cost. This one costs 3. It's a little bit later game type thing. And then you mill 13. In the early part of the game, milling 13 might not be that bad, but it could definitely bite you. So I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I like it, but I don't know if I like it that much. Followed by Swamp, our foil, a Lunar Rejection. Very interesting art. And Trash Guard. Oh, man. I wish they would stop putting those ads in here. I mean, we're already buying the product. Okay, we got our commons here. Edgar's Awakening. Interesting. Dawnheart Geist. Gutter Skulker. And then our rare here is Hopeful Initiate. This is the one that I was talking about. So, I thought we were going to see play with the Savior of Olenbach. But what we're actually seeing is the Hopeful Initiate, which, I mean, I could see why. It's very cheap. It does some things. It's actually a really great card. So, definitely looking forward to playing that card. Got some forests, we got an insect, and this guy. It's possible the Olenbach just costs too much. You don't want your mana curve to go too far up. Alright, we got Lunar Rejection, Runebound Wolf, Wolfkin Outcast, followed by Path of Peril. Destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less. If you cleave, you get destroy all creatures. Very nice. It's a board wipe, but it's conditional. Not the best thing in the world. Not the worst. Bleed Dry. Wolf token that's red. Let's move on. Right. Okay, we got Fleeting Spirit, followed by Blood Tithe Harvester and Voltaic Visionary. And our rare is Tauren's Fist of the Angels. Tauren's Fist of the Angels. Green-white training. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier token with training. Oh, interesting. That would be very cool. For Selesnya, got a human servant. I can't imagine going to a ball with a bunch of vampires, being a human, regardless. This guy's a servant. I feel like he's toast. His fate is sealed. There is no going back from that. Once you're there, you're basically dinner. Unless I can't imagine how they would let him live. Just my thought on that. All right, we got Circle of Confinement. Sigardian Paladin. Biolume Egg. And our rare here is by invitation only. Choose a number between 0 and 13. Each player sacrifices that many creatures. I mean, that's kind of a board wipe. Kind of. I mean, it is. It's board wipe in a sense. Not great. Could be better. Not gonna complain though. Right. Next pack. I'd like to pull Edgar just for the sake of saying I have Edgar. I have the other Edgar, but that Edgar, for the record, shot up in price. Like really, really heavily. Right, we got Thirst for Discovery, we've got Into the Night, we've got Twin Blade Geist, and our rare here is Hopeful Initiate. I am so okay with this. 2 Hopeful Initiates in the first box. I mean, let's keep up them odds. Oh, and there you go. We have a foil rare, Audric Bloodcursed. I'm sure he's a reluctant little vampire, considering he's carrying an Avacyn Blade with him. Next up, so that is, I haven't pulled 2 foil rares in this so far, and you know, there's 36 packs in here, so that puts me at 38 rares so far. And the set booster experience, I was lucky if I was getting 36 in Midnight Hunt, and that is super not usual. In my previous video, I was explaining there was times where I was pulling, or on average, actually, I was pulling like 40 to 44. So it was just kind of, you know, very unusual to me. Raconteur. We got Consuming Tide number 2. I hope this is a good card because honestly, that makes me sad. All right, we got an island, a blood vial. This guy. Sorry, I keep pulling these alternative borders. I will say though, set boosters aside from you know, collector's boosters tend to have a lot of the alternative borders and alternative arts, which, don't get me wrong, is super cool, but it doesn't really add value. The value tends to drop because they're over printed. I keep putting these cards in the wrong place, so I'm gonna have to redo all this. Laid to Rest, Magma Pummeler, Arm the Cathars, and then finally our rare here is Runo Stormkirk. He is a vampire. I remember him in the previous Innistrads being somewhat of an icon. I don't know how he's going to do in this. Got ourselves a red human. Okay. After this pack, we got one more row. Okay, we got Whispering Wizard, Dread Fugue, Reckless Bloodseeker, our rare is Splendid Reclamation. That's not a bad card either. In tandem with our, what is it, Ren and 7 at this point. The card can combo well, but, you know. We got Adamant Will. Little token. Here we go. Next up. Runebound Wolf, followed by Griffwing Cavalry, followed by Foreboding Statue, and our rare is Kessig Wolf Rider. Not a werewolf, a wolf rider. Creates red. Not great. I mean, I haven't seen any good mono reds recently. I'm kind of glad that mono red's taking a break, because there was solid set rotations where red was just kind of there, and I blame that pretty heavily on Throne of Eldraine for having so many good powerful cards in there. But it's good to see. I mean, I hate to see it go, but I really am glad to see the rotation. Sometimes it's nice to just get that reset. We got an Infestation Expert followed by Old Rootstein. Old Rootstein. In an alternate art. Black green. We got ourselves a swamp. And this poor unfortunate soul. White human. Won't last through dinner. Might not be Soren's fault, but definitely he's toast. Some vampires are just very callous. Okay, we got Circle of Confinement, followed by Brambleworm and Sanguine Statuette. And our rare, we got Wedding Announcement. Wedding Announcement. At the beginning of your end step, put an invitation encounter on Wedding Announcement. If you attacked with 2 or more creatures this turn, draw a card. Otherwise, create a white human creature token. Then, if Wedding Announcement has 3 or more invitation counters on it, transform it into what? What are we transforming into? Wedding Festivity. Creatures you control get +1/+1. An Anthem. Very nice. I don't know if that's any good, though. Got ourselves a really cool looking island, followed by Dawnheart Disciple. Okay. We got a boar and one of these guys. All right, Stitched Assistant. Let's get through here real quick. That's uncommon. Okay, here we go. Cloaked Cadet. Sigardian Paladin. Catapult Fodder. Rare Necro Duality. This is actually mythic. Whenever a non-token zombie enters the battlefield under your control, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Not bad. Not bad. That's going to be disgustingly good in extended formats. Oof. Forest. Wolf token. Still one of my favorite looking wolf tokens, despite the fact that they didn't change the art for the new set, which is a minor thing, but it's a minor thing that bothers me. I got stacks going over here that just don't make any sense. I'm glad that you can't see it. I usually am so well organized, but today is just not that day. Today is not that day. All right, we got Whispering Wizard. Board Window, Radiant Grace, and Voice of the Blessed. Voice of the Blessed. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 encounter on Voice of the Blessed. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more +1/+1 encounters on it, it has Flying and Vigilance. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 10 or more +1/+1 encounters, it has Indestructible. I feel like there was something else very similar to this in a currently standard legal set, but I can't remember what it is. But that's still pretty cool, and I feel like you could definitely use it in tempo. Got a Swamp, a Spirit, and one of these guys. I feel like this wedding, something about it is fishy, and I think Edgar is getting tricked or something. I can't imagine how. I don't understand why it's happening. Okay, we got Dying to Serve. An Island. A Foil Pyre Spawn. Some blood. I think even Mr. Soren is thinking, something's afoot here. I should probably read the story, but, you know, what fun would that be? All right, we got Wedding Security, followed by Blood Hypnotist, followed by Bloodsworn Squire, and Voldaren Estate. So if you don't know, Voldaren Estate is Castle Dracula. These are the same card. Both the art is not bad. I do enjoy both arts there. So that's super cool. We got a Plains. We got ourselves a Spirit. Next up, Ancestral. Keep going, keep going, keep going. We have a Resistance Squad, a Rending Flame, a Dread Fugue, and Voldaren Bloodcaster. Followed by a Mountain, a Day Counter. Okay. We're down to the last 4 packs. This is number 4. Okay. All right, we got Markov Waltzer, Reclusive Taxidermist, Voltaic Visionary, and our rare here is Eruth Torment Prophet. This was one of the cards that I was talking about for blue-red. Is it? I don't know if it's going to go in. It's a 2/4 for 3. If you would draw, exile the top 2 cards of your library instead, and you can play those cards this turn. For Is It, they're running very cheap spells, so it could be extremely useful. And it's also a 2/4 body, but the problem is it doesn't have flying. There is a dragon and a couple other cards in here that are just downright good for that deck. And I can't wait to see the evolutions for it. So Eruth, Tormented Prophet, followed by a Forest, Zombie, and one of these guys. Okay, this is pack 3. Just sift through these commons. Okay, we got a Spiked Ripsaw, followed by Angelic Quartermaster and a Gutter Skulker, and our rare here is Hullbreaker Horror. Hullbreaker Horror cannot be countered, has flash, and you can choose to do some things. Not bad. It's a little expensive. Okay, by a little I mean a lot. Sigardian Paladin as our foil. We got ourselves a Slug. And this. Okay, we got Sigarda's Imprisonment. Let's get through these. Okay, we got Bride's Gown. Archghoul of Thraben. Wolfkin Outcast. And our rare is Olivia's Attendants. We got another one of those guys in their normal art. Got a Mountain. Blood. Last pack. All right. Final pack. Pull the Chandra. Not bad. Maybe we can pull some fire here to end it. We still have the box stopper. Maybe we can pull a fire box stopper. Geistlight Snare, Cartographer's Survey, Twin Blade Geist, and the final rare in here is Cemetery Gatekeeper. A mythic in its alternative border. Not bad at all. And our foil actually was another land, so we actually have a forest and a plains in here. And got our day tracker. Boom. Well, that was interesting. I can't wait to jump into the set experience and see if that changed or if they're going to keep up with their current momentum, or I guess in this case, lack thereof. We'll get that one as soon as I can. I want to pick some up on Friday. We'll see if they actually have any in stock. So this is going to be our Crimson Vow box topper. Like I said, these are Dracula themed. So whatever we get here is going to have a Dracula name and then what card it represents. We have, boom, Mysterious Blood Illness. And this one is supposed to be Vampire's Vengeance. So we got an uncommon here, but the art here is phenomenal. And yeah. Very cool. All right, guys. That was a draft box of Crimson Vow. And I don't know if I should be disappointed because I don't know if any of these have, I don't know what their prices are. So, you know, very cool. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave those below. I will take a look at those as soon as I can. Negative comments will get removed. So let's just keep it classy, guys. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And feel free to hit me on my Patreon. I do this in my free time, so any kind of support I can get for this will help me bring more of this content to you more often and sooner. So, you know, throw some love out there. And until next time, guys, peace.